Hey there YouTube, this is sjm4306 back with another video. This time, it's a review. So my friends over at ICStation asked me, is there anything that you could use for a future project or that you'd like to review? And I said, heck yeah. So here we are, and I've made this project quite a while ago, the body of it. And this is basically, it's just a speaker in a small wooden cabinet, very crudely put together. This was basically, I made this, I think, when I was in high school. And I had the intention of, building the amplifier inside and doing all this extra neat stuff. And I never really got around to it, but I still have the enclosure. I still have the speaker, and I just brought it through the front here. So yeah, I was intending to make this into like a fully featured guitar amp. And it's been just sitting in my closet for something like 10-15 years. Okay, maybe not 15 years, but at least a good like 12 years, something like that. So anyway, so I was perusing on ICStation site, and I saw that they had these pretty nifty looking, this is a mono power amplifier, and it's Class D, so even though there's a heatsink on here, I haven't actually been able to get it much more than warm. And let's go take a look at the technical specifications of this guy. Okay, so here we are on ICStation's website, and this is the page for the amplifier itself. And this is the sjm4306, which is based off the TPA3116DA, which is, I believe, that's a Texas Instruments series of chips or something like that. Anyway, it's a stereo amplifier, but they've actually bridged tied loaded it so that it runs in mono. So I'm guessing it runs originally 75 watts per channel. Here you can see 12 to 26 volts, and it's on sale currently for $10 about. So here we can see drives 4 to 8 ohm load, frequency response of 14 to 100 kilohertz, so well beyond the audible range. Pretty good signal to noise ratio, 100 decibels. And yeah, so this is the board itself. We can look at it in more detail in a sec. But yeah, all in all, this looks legit. Nice heat sink. I've never gotten it very warm, but then again, I probably never drove it more than about 10 to 20 watts anyway. So yeah. Okay, yeah, so all in all, I actually hooked this up. I wasn't sure if it was really going to work because it's made for line level inputs. And I was hoping, I just have a mini jack here, and I have a mini jack to 1/4-inch adapter on my guitar itself, all the way over there. And yeah, lo and behold, it actually works. The gain on this is strong enough if you turn up the adjustment potentiometer in the back here. Yeah, it works just fine. So yeah, you can see basically output filters, lots of caps, because as you know, Class D has very high transient currents, basically. That's how it generates the audio, is basically PWMing the output and then filtering it through some LC filters, basically. LC. There you go. And this is a bridge-tied load, so that's why there's only a mono output. So basically what this does is it combines the, well, actually, it's just mono input. But if you want to drive it with stereo like I did, I just purely used one of the channels, but you could actually mix the channels to go from stereo to mono. Anyway, input, yeah, I'm just driving off, even though it's spec'd at like 12 volts, I'm driving it off of a 9-volt wall wart, and it seems to work just fine, even though it's a little lower than it's supposed to be. So anyway, I've rambled on for enough. Let's give this a whirl, so to speak. So yeah, in case you guys were wondering, this is my guitar here. It's a Fender Strat. It is pretty grubby. I got the second hand with a considerable amount of fretboard damage, but I got it for free, so kind of can't complain. Anyway, we shall set this up. So all I got to do is plug in the audio. So yeah, you can see I have my audio all the way up. So yeah, it works. So yeah, works perfectly fine. It's decently loud. This is all the way at max. I can turn it down a little bit. You can hear as I turn it up, it definitely does have some distortion. Not nearly as good as like a tube amp would have, but then again, seeing as this is just made for audio applications, yeah, it's not even warm. As this is made for audio applications, this is sort of pushing it outside of the range, but it actually works pretty well, and the volume's pretty good. Yeah, definitely can use this. There's plenty of room inside this. This is basically just a hollow box, essentially. It's pretty heavy because I use pretty thick wood. I actually pulled this wood from another speaker cabinet, like a floor standing series that had blown drivers, so I used the wood, I cut it up. And so yeah, planning on mounting this inside the case and then putting a aluminum faceplate with volume knobs and, you know, a knob probably to adjust the gain of this, and then, you know, so I don't know, something. And having a power switch, and then you just plug mains in and you're good to go. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and jam a little bit more. So I've been just sitting here just sort of messing around and playing just for fun. So yeah, this is actually a really neat little amp, and it barely gets warm at all. Yeah, this guy, probably with this tiny little speaker, this is probably only maybe 10 watts, if that. So yeah, if you are thinking of doing some sort of project, this would also be good for making like a subwoofer for like a surround sound stereo system sort of thing. So obviously, if you're going to be pushing more power than this tiny little puny speaker, you're going to need a more powerful power supply. So the 9 volts I'm using probably wouldn't cut it on a larger speaker that's like 25 watts plus. So anyway, if you guys are interested in this, or they have a number of other amps too, they have different models with Bluetooth and whatnot attached and whatnot, use the link down below and head over to their site. I also have a coupon code in the description as well that you can use on future purchases, so definitely check them out. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I've rambled on for plenty long enough, and so I'm just going to sit here and jam for a little while longer, but I'll see you guys in the next one.